Right, let's watch. Fuck it. Let's watch Desperious video, because every Desperious video, I'm just like, I'm just curious. What is he gonna say this time? What did he think of this time? Did he do research? At this point, it's like, I'm just curious if Desperious actually did research for any of his videos. Right, so the title of the video is The Best Endwalker Catch-Up Casual Gear and How to Get It Step by Step. Catch-up and casual gear. I feel like this video is a bit late, isn't it? There's literally fucking nothing to catch up to. There's nothing to prepare for. What are you catching up to? All the gear is there. If you just do content, it will literally just throw gear at you. Especially if you were going for casual gear. Oh well, let's see what he has to say.
Greetings and welcome to another video.
Oh man, he even has camera on. Hold on. Let me put myself on the other side. Yeah. Let's watch.
Today I want to go through the whole equipment upgrading process of getting your best in slot or semi
More volume, Strawmare.
Shut the okay. Hold on, I already got questions to the video. Hold on.
Greetings and welcome to another video. Today I want to go through the whole equipment upgrading process of getting your best in slot or semi best in slot as a casual. So
Wait, did he say best in slot as a casual? Wait, best in slot or semi best in slot? Do you guys think he's just gonna tell them to get tombstone gear? He also showed the extreme weapon. Well, let's hear him out.
we're excluding
curious.
all the Savage Raid gear because, of course, naturally all Savage and Credendum or Augmented Tombstone gear will form your best in slot in combination.
Wait, did he say excluding Savage?
We're excluding all the Savage Raid
Excluding
gear
Savage gear.
because, of course, naturally all Savage and Credendum or Augmented.
So it's just gonna be crafted, augmented, crafted, Alliance Raid, Tombstone gear. Anything I'm missing?
Tombstone gear will form your best in slot in combination. We will have the relic weapons coming in January, and these will definitely make the best weapons for that time and until Dawn Trail. So if you just have these quests unlocked already, check out my videos if you want to know more about that and want to know how to farm these efficiently, or yeah, just upgrade them as best as possible and you will be good to go if you just take these as your best in slot whenever they got released.
I'm thinking back on the previous expansions. Are the last stage of relics actually best in slot? I guess they will have 5 materia slots if they follow the same path. Aren't those usually like 5 item levels below this? Specifically the Savage. I could be misremembering something though, but I feel like for a guide, wait till January and get enough tombstones to get a weapon is... I guess it is a step.
Everything else is kinda a bit of a mix and match between the layer stuff, then especially the augmented Credendum gear, which is your best in slot by nature, but
Augmented Credendum gear. So it is basically just deal with the tombstone gap.
also some of these pieces can be replaced with suboptimal or sub-item level gear that is 650, which comes very close, but yeah, might offer some better secondary stats on top of that. First of all, my apologies for my language. Like always, I'm trying my best to improve this freely spoken speeches, and of course these videos, I'm not a native speaker, so
Chat, this is gonna sound very mean, and I mean this in the nicest way. Despairs, don't give me that look. I'm curious, because I've seen Asmongold with that kind of hat for the longest time. Is Despairs balding? But to be fair, I'm one to talk. I'm a VTuber. No, chat, don't answer. We're not bullying. I'm just curious.
So yeah, my apologies about that in advance. All right, so let's
Also, that headpiece looks horrible with that chest.
go through the whole process. Now I am quite close to my finish line of getting my best in slot with my tanks. The only thing that I'm missing is basically an upgrade to the Credendum Circlet of Fending, and I want these Diadochus half gloves of Fending to be upgraded by those you can get from the layer. So I would...
You can also just upgrade them to Augmented
Toxic
Diadochus.
Strummer bald is beautiful.
I didn't say it was ugly. It's toxic of you to assume that. I was just curious. Bald people are beautiful.
actually recommend to go through this process piece by piece and start with the highest thing you can get. Which of course, in January, watching this, you would get the relic weapon from the Mandeville questline, and then afterwards try to get everything from Lagan Tomes of Comedy upgraded. So to get there, you just have to talk to Chihanti or Sihanti, and then you have to navigate towards the category that your job is in. In our case,
Is this just a tutorial to how to buying tombstone gear? I feel like we're 2 minutes in and he just keeps repeating, get some of this gear, but try to get tombstone gear. I'm glad it was a ball joke. I thought you were gonna say something else. What the fuck else could I have said? What? Well, I thought there was a bird's nest under that hat. What the fuck do you mean?
case here, it's the DOW. We have the tanks in there, some melee jobs, and yeah, basically aiming also here. So everything that's not a caster or healer. So in this case, we want to check which secondary stats are important for us. If you don't know about that, check out my video again. In the description, you will learn about all the secondary stats, the best for your job, which is
Don't.
quite...
Hold on, I'm actually curious. Let's see that video. Because he has not had a good track with stats. When was this released? 1 year ago. Holy fuck. Another 16 minutes. Yeah, I ain't watching this. I am not watching this. This is way too long. I think he's saying when you're locked out of tomes or the week for the week, you can get those instead. I guess, yeah, but so far, I don't know. It's kind of hard to keep track when he immediately just says what... I mean, it is good that he says what he needs to say like very early on. You need crafted, you need Thelea gear, you need tombstone gear. What else can you get? Augmented crafted gear. So it's like, I feel like his video should finish around minute 4. I'm not sure what the rest of like the video is going to be at this point. I guess he's just going to be step by step explaining where to get gear.
significant and important, especially if you have certain fixed rotations that depend on spell speed or skill speed, and you definitely want to make sure that you get these values right. Alright, so yeah, this helmet here is actually not the best because of having tenacity. If you still upgrade that to 660 item level, you might deal the same amount of damage if you would not have it. And
Fucking what? No, shut up. That is already a shit take. What do you mean? You get a high... Okay, no. What the fuck? We're 3 minutes in. Despairs, you were going so well with this video. Hold on, let me hear this out. Am I fucking stupid?
actually not the best because that depend on spell speed or skill speed, and you definitely want to make sure that you get these values right.
Okay.
Alright, so yeah, this helmet here is actually not the best because of having tenacity. If you still upgrade that to 660 item level, you might deal the same amount of damage if you would not have it. And tenacity is not a worthless stat, it's just not favorable over direct hit, critical hit, or determination. And another...
But if it's higher item level, it does more damage because you get more strength, you get more critical hits. Even if tenacity doesn't give much, it's like it'll still give more damage if you upgrade it. It's definitely going to be better than a 650 piece with better stats. Item level is going to be king. However you feel, because like the main stat is going to be priority number 1. Chat, am I bugging? Let me check something real quick. Sort of check something real quick. Yeah, accept. Whatever. Determination, tenacity. Yeah, some of the best items do have tenacity. So I wasn't bugging. So he's just full of shit. He's about to teach a lot of newer players that to just stack substats instead of going for higher item level, which was like one of the points in his previous videos. And he's not even going to mention soft cap for stats. That at some point you're going to get diminishing returns from the stats. So it's like tenacity is not bad. Just higher item level is going to be your first priority, especially if you're a casual player.
Another thing, direct hit cannot be on tank gear itself. You always have to melt this in. So, for example, I can see the feet gear here has very good stats, but also the chest piece. The chest piece is something that has higher gear value because it has higher base stats. So you always want to favor higher base stat items over the others when you want to upgrade them.
He literally just made my point for me. Why did he said that the headpiece is not gonna be a better piece once it's 660? What the I'm there. Your stats don't even matter if you try to PF. People look at your item level anyways and lock you out. Yeah, that is true. People will literally lock you out over item level. There's no like specifically criteria you have to have this much spell speed or crit. Isn't this meant for casuals though? If you're only doing casual content, all the minutia probably doesn't matter. You can get through most of it all non-extreme savageful stuff without even melting material or to gear, let alone getting 660 item level. Yeah, it's like just getting highest item level available to you is going to be the best at this point. Just getting some tombstone gear, then upgrade it from Alliance Raid, get some crafted gear, upgrade that to 650. It's like get the Alliance Raid gear as well. That's going to be plenty. Relic is available to everyone right now too. I'm very confused where he's coming from, like specifically telling casuals to start balancing stats.
Because they overall provide you a better increase in your power level when you increase your item level on them. So for example, that means...
So basically just means go for highest item level.
Our first goal would be the Credendum Curse of Fending.
Oh, so right now he just means go for the most expensive pieces first.
Except you have the weapon available and you can get an upgrade there. But yeah, unfortunately, you can't get these upgrades from Criterion without doing Savage. And I think the Relic weapon is actually quite close to it. So if you're just taking the Majestic Mandeville stuff, you will be fine. But of course...
Criterion. Oh, he means 665 specifically weapon. 660 is still gonna be... Like, 660 is still gonna be better than 645. On weapons, it's always gonna be the law. Highest item level, always. Because the weapon is the only one that increases damage stat. Damage. Let me actually show. So, oh my fucking god. People are actually filling up. And we have 2 white mages for some fucking reason. Okay, so if you check the weapons, right? It's gotta be the only stat that has magic damage, right? Head doesn't have it. It has specifically all the substats and mace stat, but not damage. So for weapons, it doesn't matter what the stats are and the substats. If your weapon even has just the most shittiest stats for you, for some reason it has crit and tenacity, like you mentioned before, you still go for the highest item level. It doesn't matter. The whole explanation of stats on the weapon doesn't matter, because it's the only item that has the damage stat.
Of course, min-maxing this 5 item level upgrade on the weapons for the normal non-augmented version of these weapons is still a good thing to do. So, after you have all the weapon departments checked, you want the Credendum...
Wait, did he literally just say what I'm saying? Let me hear him out.
If you're just taking the Majestic Mandeville stuff, you will be fine. But of course, min-maxing this 5 item level upgrade on the weapons for the normal
Don't tell casuals to min-max.
non-augmented version of these weapons
Just get highest item level.
is still a good thing to do. So, after you have all the weapon departments checked, you want the Credendum Cuirass of Fending in our example as a tank, because this offers very good secondary stats. You would get this for just 825.
What does he mean by good secondary stats? What is that? Does he mean just you get more stats as a stat stick? Because like for something that's capped, you're gonna get something eventually anyway. And it's like if you just spend 2 weeks specifically getting an accessory and a head, hand, or legs, you're gonna get more stats than you're gonna get off of one fucking chess piece in the same amount of time. That's already wrong math.
In terms of comedy, which is a lot, but it definitely provides the biggest.
Let me check the math at this point. Okay, so you're gonna spend 820 something on this. So you're gonna spend an entire week on this. Sorry, 2 weeks. Let me leave this party because I don't want to give them hope. So yeah, 142, 184. That's gonna be 320, 30 something, right? Or 300. So you're still getting more stats specifically from 2 items over 1. The advice here is pretty much just go for the highest cost here. Like, that is bad advice.
Is upgrade to your overall stat distribution. So you would buy the normal version, and once you've done that, you want to make sure to get upgrade materials as well. The first method to receive these upgrades materials, which I absolutely recommend for all the main gear that has very high value, is from Nesvas. That's also in Ratsatan, quite next to these other NPCs here. You just check out this Out of This World oddities, and you will just go to the Divine Twine and Divine Shine. Divine Twine is required for all the left side gear, so everything on this side except weapons, and the Divine Shine, which is this one here, and has the same cost for coins here, is everything.
When do we usually get coding? Is it usually on 0.5 or... No, not even. We get it on prime number patches, don't we? I don't remember. Am I bugging? I think I'm pretty sure I'm bugging. So it's like... Even giving... Yeah, it's still going for the tombstone weapon right now would be better. Until the coding is available. Until then, it's going to be the relic weapon, which is also the same basically solution here. Is just wait for it. I don't know. This guide is kind of like very misplaced. It's like if two options are already, just wait for it.
Upgrading everything on the right side.
Chat, am I an angry person? I went in with like good expectations because like I liked Disparis' last video about the design, but like this one is like we're only a third of the video in. I'm already kind of frustrated. Can someone who has played through several expansions tell me how big is the eye level number gap between the end of the final patch and the start of the next expansion? Do you even need to get normal raid gear to reach the minimum item level to do the MSQ for the next expansion? If you have BIS, it will get you through roughly 3-4 levels, honestly. But because you're leveling again, you're gonna get a lot of more gear, and you're like, it's gonna be useless anyway if you get BIS right now. So I'm not sure what the catch up to is, because like the next content isn't. It's just gonna give you item level anyway. It's not really gonna item level lock you out of anything yet. So yeah. The difference specifically if we're talking about between expansions.
And so all the accessories, which means I would always recommend going for these coins here for the Divine Twine over the Shine, because you can get the Shine from Sack of Nuts as well. And Sack of Nuts are received through hunts in
You can get the Twine off of the Sack of Nuts as well.
Endwalker or even in Shadowbringer. So just do your dailies there, or join the A-rank trains, which I absolutely recommend. This is the best way to get your weekly tombstones done and also get your...
The price difference is there if you're looking specifically for something that's cheaper. But if you're already doing hunt trains, you might as well just get all of them and not waste coins to begin with. If you're specifically working on... Because I'm going to assume you're not really grinding Savage right now or progging anything. If you have the time, just catch some trains, farm some you can literally get all the items you need within like 2-3 days if you have enough free time, and let's say 4 or 5 days. So you can literally get all the items you need within a week, except for the coding, obviously. But it's like you don't need to do specifically the coins and the alliance raise. If you have time you could just literally get all of them with nuts. The price doesn't matter at this point because you can farm it out. That, and this is a good like it can be a good source of gold in some way if you're clever.
Your sack of nuts increased significantly, and the divine shine will just cost you 2,000 of these, and twine will cost you 3,000, while the cost on these coins are basically the same. So twine,
again, the coins don't really matter because you can literally just farm them out in a week. You don't have to wait for one coin. You literally don't have to do 3 alliance raids, one of which is currently weekly on a weekly lockout. You can get 1 coin, I guess. You can get 1 item by doing 3 alliance raids, or you can just farm out all the hunt trains, have yourself a fun old time, get yourself some fun materia as well, make some friends, even too, just socialize. The hunt trains are really fun places, and just get all the upgrades you need in 1 week, honestly. Both. Yeah.
or shine can be received by participating in a Glaya.
This is mainly if you just don't want to do any PvE content and you just want to, socialize in Limsa. Then by all means, like, if you're not in a hurry to begin with, if you aren't really looking to catch up to begin with, then sure, go for the alliance raids, deal with the weekly lockout. Otherwise, honestly, you can just deal with it in 1 week and never have to deal with it ever again, because you just got everything you need in 1 week. I farmed out 1 full bis of actually no, 2 sets of bis, because I farmed out healer and tank set for top prog within 3 days. Mind you, I just waited for the train the entire day, but I did it in 2 days specifically. But that's me. If you're more casual, you can do it within the week.
And Thalea, you have to clear and complete these 3 raids, and you will receive 1 coin. But of course, these 2 are not limited anymore, so you can just go in there as much as you want. Thalea right now is still limited, but this limit will be removed in the later patch. Maybe at the
This is like very poor advice. If your advice is if you want to get higher item level relic weapon, just wait a bit. If you want to farm the coins faster when the lockout is off, wait maybe.
At the same time when we will see relic weapons in the final stage, in their final version. While I always visited Old Charlian for getting my sack of nuts exchanged, there's also another NPC in Razatan itself on Merides Mehane,
That is true.
where this fair lady Wilmeda stands, and she will also exchange your sack of nuts. And here you can see Divine Twine.
But because there's literally no real reason to go to this place other than just quests, no one's really gonna use this one. They're all gonna go to specifically the one in Charlene, because you have a lot more stuff specifically around that area than here.
Mine is more
But I guess it is convenience if you're nearby or if you're RPing in this little bar area.
expensive than Divine Shine, so always try to get the Divine Shine from the sack of nuts, Divine Twine from the...
Just wait for Dawn Trail and buy everything with poetics. You're not gonna have enough poetics, even if you're capped. I tried that. Next expansion's lifestyle content is gonna be getting tombstones from RPing. I wouldn't be surprised if they added content like that. Honestly, I wouldn't put it out of realms of possibility if they added specifically RP content with NPCs.
raid coins.
Trust system with RP. Oh.
Except, yeah, you're overflowing with these raid coins anyway, then it doesn't matter that much. So let's go back to the Aetheryte Plaza. So you check out Kaldin, and on Kaldin, check out the category that you...
You can also get this gear specifically in Labyrinthus as well, but that's besides the point.
need. For example, we have a bit more separation here. This is tanks and melee jobs. This is ranged physicals, and here we have caster and healer. So on this section, in the example we just mentioned or just built up, we want to upgrade our chest piece. The chest piece here is
Again, it's still so fucking frustrating that he's telling new players to start with a chest. Spend 2 weeks grinding tombstones, get 1 piece for less stats than you would with 2 pieces. Get accessory and 1 of the cheaper ones within 2 weeks. Get, 2 of the cheaper ones. Stop, don't, bottleneck yourself for just 1 big piece. Like, whatever.
The augmented credendum curse of fending, which will be item level 660, basically your best in slot even when counting in savage gear. But as you can see here, we would need the base.
I'm thinking it's not always best in slot. Some savage, this is off topic, some savage pieces. There's a lot more savage pieces, specifically chest pieces, that are best this tier than some of the previous ones. Legs are usually tombstone though. But a lot of jobs specifically had to get the chest piece from Savage for this. This is just off topic. Don't worry about it.
This version and the Divine Twine that we just found the ways how to get there. And this is kind of, what you should always try to.
Yeah, like RP with the again off topic. RP with the NPCs. You do dailies for your Stola, Thancred, etc. The higher your reputation and better relationship with them is, the more tombstones you can get by just RPing and doing little small RP events with them. I feel like people would love that shit. They would eat and drink that shit.
To aim at first, because these credendum pieces are
Take Alize on a coffee date. Let's go.
sometimes already your best in slot, your true best in slot, and you don't have to find alternatives for.
What does true best in slot mean?
But yeah, what if you need alternatives? For example, the reason why I'm still not having any solid high item level gloves is because these credendum gloves.
Relationship mechanics to unlock different characters to use and trust. That's actually a sick idea. Yeah, you actually have to... So, actually, you know what? Skip the leveling process of characters and trust. Give us that. Reputation will increase their level in trust. Yo, that's actually a really fucking smart idea. Off topic, but that is a very smart idea.
Are not really good for me as a tank, for my warrior, for my dark knight, because they offer skill speed and tenacity, basically the 2 worst stats you can have. You kind of need
Not entirely true, depending on what the fuck ever at this point.
Rotations, but also having tenacity on.
But you want to avoid skill or spell speed after a certain threshold. At least he added text. At least he did backtrack to this.
That might be a bad idea. So how I tackle this is I go to this very nice website, which is called consolegameswiki.com. That is one of the databases of Final Fantasy XIV. And
didn't he literally advertise Etro in one of his previous videos for gear? He could have just checked it there.
Here you can check out the Thalea gear. And as we know now that the gloves are quite bad on the credendum gear, we want to see, are there any alternatives? And I already know that. I can spoil you that. But the gauntlets of fending that you get here have quite nice stats because they have critical hit and determination on them. So that's basically what I need and what I want to grind down, these theogonic gauntlets of fending that drop in Thalea. All right, so this...
The more I'm watching this, the more frustrated I become that he's just not mentioning any soft caps. Keep in mind, your stats will at some point start soft capping. Double check with the balanced Discord when, like, what is like the better point of stats you want to get. Because it's not gonna be just stack as much crit and determination as possible, because that's just not balanced. You're just gonna lose a lot of stats for nothing.
Second option here would be,
and for those thinking if it's a lower item level, no, it doesn't matter. The number, like the stats can cap. The stats will cap even at any item level.
you go,
especially with specific item levels. Your item level will only allow you to have so much stats.
to Rashti, and here you can upgrade your crafted gear, the Diadokus gear, which you can basically just buy off the market board, craft yourself, or ask someone in your free company to provide you with these things. This will just be traded in on Rashti First, you have to go to Rain Exchange. On Rain Exchange, you will need the Divine Rain in combination with trading in the normal version and the crafted version of a Diadokus piece. Here, you don't have to trade in the exact piece that you want to upgrade, but basically anything that you can get. And the biggest thing about that is you can purchase weapons, for example, and to get these Hanish certificates of grade 3 import, which you also need combined with the Divine Rain, you can just trade in the most valuable items.
To be fair, right now 650 crafted weapon, augmented crafted weapon, will probably be better than the relic weapon for a lot of specifically casual players. Some of those glimes look pretty sick too, so I'm pretty sure casual players got those.
Item, and these are weapons in general. For example, you can see you get 17 of these for each weapon, while you only get 7 of these for accessories. So now you have to check the price, of course, if you can get an accessory piece for...
I swear to God, he's about to tell us to go for the fucking chest piece first again, isn't he?
For less than half the price of a weapon, it does
Strummer and back home, is that right? Maybe.
make sense to trade these in. But for example, sometimes you might figure out that a helmet, headband of fending, for example, might be on the same price value as a weapon. Definitely don't buy this.
Grind it out. Grind it out. Just get the tombstones, get the reins. Also, what the fuck is this add-on shit? Get it out of my fucking face. What the fuck?
Even if you want your helm to be upgraded, because yeah, you could just trade in a weapon and get whatever you want.
Or because this is not locked behind anything, you can literally again grind it out in one day. If you're doing hunts already, you're grinding out tombstones, both comedy and causality. Just do hunts. Just do hunts.
On the
Don't do this. Don't mid-max fucking getting pieces. Because like even when you're getting a crafted set, what are you getting? You're getting the entire set. You're not getting piece by piece, depending how much fucking gold you got. I guess that guild does play a factor, but in this case, if it's farmable gear and you can get it done all in a day, you should get it done in a day. If you're busy, don't sell off your old pieces yet. Just get the rest tomorrow. Speaking as a filthy casual, I don't know if most casual players even think about stats aside item level. As long as the item level is high enough, you don't get locked out of normal level content. They probably don't even worry about it. Exactly. They shouldn't even worry about materia either. Just go for the highest item level available to you. Tombstones, upgrade tombstones. What's easier to get? Either the Thelea gear or some crafted pieces that you can upgrade to 650. It's like, just go for highest item level. I don't know why he's talking about weird fucking substats.
the augmented version.
What he talking about? Non-savage gear optimization? Yeah, for some reason. Like, he's talking about catch up to... I don't know what the fuck he's catching up to. And he's specifically talking about casual gear. So basically everything that's not savage grinded. And 2 steps already so far, just wait for it until relic weapon are higher item level, until eyelines raid are unlocked. Just wait for it. It's like, this is just like, this meter didn't, like, all of the points, I agree with him. All of the options, I agree with him, but he could have finished his video like 4.5 minutes when he mentioned all of those. He's currently step by step explaining to casuals how to optimize gear and substats for some fucking reason. Some baffling fucking reason. Crafted augment isn't bad catch-up, but yeah, it's like, yeah, it's not bad catch-up. But it's like, you could just get like these pieces from Thelea, you're getting tombstone gear, cool. It's like, you mentioned all of this in the beginning. I don't believe casuals need the step-by-step, because casuals are probably already got this gear, because they don't have anything else to get. They're not really grinding the dungeon gear, you know, for the item level.
Later, because you just basically need the currency.
I refuse that there's no any, like if a casual doesn't have the item level, that means they don't give a shit about the item level, they're doing something else. The casual players that do want the item level, let's just say, for sake of argument, right? A player came back recently. They just want to play the game for a bit, for half a year before Dawn Trail, because they want to vibe, right? They got plenty of tombstones just from catching up, doing the quests, doing the dungeons, right? Someone's like they're gonna find out. They're either gonna get tombstones and then not give a shit, because there's not really any other gear that's gonna ask them to hit the item level cap. If we're talking about content that's not Savage, again, it's item level sync, so it doesn't fucking matter if you optimize substats on a tank. Whatever. What the fuck ever.
And not the gear itself to trade in against the augmented version. And yeah, that's basically everything you need to know. Check out the augmented.
Okay, I get it. Like this is, let's say I understand that some casuals just want higher item level. That is the MMO dream. I understand that. And I respect that. Yeah, go for the highest item level. But those people have probably already Googled how to get, 650 crafted gear. They're definitely just going for the item level. They're definitely not going for the fucking, optimization, mid-maxing, substats. Because if they are going for that, they're probably going to go for Savage Raids as well. They're going to clear the first and the second fights. They might ignore the third and the fourth. But first and second, they will probably clear it, too. Actually, I'm pretty sure they will clear it.
Augmented credendum stuff, if you have augmented gear that is providing you very good stats, go for these. If not, just go for the Thalea pieces, because sometimes or most of the times they actually offer very good stats on these parts where credendum gear is not providing you good stats. And if that is not possible at all, or you don't have any fitting item on both of these,
gotta make long enough video for ad revenue and algorithm. No, algorithm doesn't work off of length, and yeah, the algorithm doesn't work off of length anymore. So it's like he's making this video unnecessarily long if he specifically wants ad revenue.
Departments, check out Rashti and exchange your.
Let's say he wanted ad revenue, he could have cut this video specifically at 11 minutes. He would have 2 ad placements, but if he's cutting off at 14:50, I don't believe he gets a third one.
Augmented gear. Of course, the biggest advantage of this augmented Diadokus gear process is you don't need so much gear, or you don't have to be limited to weekly stuff with the Tombstones of Comedy or the layer raid, where you can only get 1 piece per week still, which will of course also change in later patch.
Again, wait until Tombstone's unlocked and then get the more Tombstone pieces.
But you can basically just grind down Tombstones of Causality, get the Rain from Rain Exchange here, the Divine Rain, and then trade in as many of the Diadokus pieces as you want to basically just hop to 650 in no time. So yeah, that's the whole upgrading process. I'm very close to the finish line. As soon as the relic weapons will be released, I think I might be quite on par with the best in slot available. At least I'm not too far behind.
Chat, it might be just me, but it's like, do you like this is what he's showing, right? He's showing tank gear, and he's showing that he's not even Bis himself. He's not even showing himself upgrading the hands that he showed that are 640. I feel like this is not the person you want to take advice from. This is not the person you like, I get it, getting highest item level, but let's not kid around the bush. Let's not pretend like this is the Bis. This is not the Bis.
Behind, I would lack 10 item level on the trousers. I would lack 10 item levels on the gloves, and maybe here I would lack some secondary stats and 10 item levels on the ring. Everything else is on par, or actually is the best in slot that you already would have on the tanking department.
It's not on par. 10 item levels is such a big difference. It is such a huge fucking difference. Don't say that it's on par with Bis.
You can see the accessories are quite decent this time around. If you need some skill speed, you basically have all the accessories here.
I like that he specifically... Chad, like, he was good for like 4 minutes. He did good, he gave good advice, but then he went off the rails. He even talked that, no, don't get skill speed or spell speed, and I see this. Like, he's not even optimizing his own gear, but he's making an entire video showing this specific character, not even upgrading the pieces on this character, he's just showing it. Like, I feel Desperius is out of content at this point. I'm not even sure. Like, at this point, I'm watching his videos just to see if he did research.
For your best in slot, and I didn't even touch Savage. I would have to get the ring, which would be my best in slot. Second ring, because you can't equip the augmented credendum ring 2 times. It's a
Especially after the last video, I actually believe it's going live in like an hour, where I talked to the casual community about how they feel about gearing up through Criterion and other means. It's like, I feel like Desperius is very fucking deaf to what the casual community would actually want in terms of gearing.
a unique, untradeable thing. So this means if you don't want to tackle Savage and you finally have the augmentation process for the weapons as well, you could possibly do Savage Criterion without tackling Savage and still get the weapon if you want to.
Are you fucking stupid? What? Hold on, am I hearing this right?
In slot second ring, because you can't equip the augmented credendum ring 2 times. It's a unique, untradeable thing. So this means if you don't want to tackle Savage and you finally have the augmentation process for the weapons as well, you could possibly do Savage Criterion without tackling Savage and still get the weapon if you.
$665. $665. This one's lower. Let's say this one's lower, right? $635. Aloha, we know that is also $665. One, I haven't cleared that one yet. But we also know that Aloha, actually, fucking, I'll Google it. Another Aloha Low Island Savage. We're gonna check the same fucking website he advertised. $665. Do not advertise to the casual players that they can do Criterion Savage with
You Hades too.
yeah, Hades too. I'm actually excited for this, but like, fuck off, please. Whatever. Like, don't advertise to the casual community that they can grab 650. Let's say we take your item level. You were like 653. They can get 653 and go into content, Savage content, which doesn't like even like, and they can clear it. Fucking Desperius. Like, Chad, am I an angry person? At this point, I feel like Desperius wants to give good advice for like 4 or 5 minutes, and then he's literally is trying to just fucking annoy me and frustrate the people who actually know how to gear up. What does this man has against just doing research? Why does he hate just Googling shit? He literally advertised the same fucking website. I just checked, and he's saying, wait, hold on, let me hear this again.
Savage, and you finally have the augmentation process for the weapons as well, you could possibly do Savage Criterion without tackling Savage and still get the weapon. Tackle Savage, and you finally have the augmentation process.
Finally have the augmentation process for this. The Tombstone weapon? Does
For the weapons as well.
Does he mean literally wait for old Tombstone, an entire Tombstone gear set, and be able to upgrade all of it? So basically, again, wait for it. That is his advice. Just wait for it, and you probably will be able to do Criterion Savage. That is his fucking advice. Chat, am I bugging? Am I just being too fucking angry? I feel like I'm not even sure if I'm being unreasonably frustrated with Desperius at this point, but at this point, I feel like he's just out to fucking annoy me. It's not casual content. Yeah, what the fuck are you catching up to or doing? If this is casual gearing up, you're not doing it for Savage content, are you? Maybe Extreme, maybe, but not Savage. Yeah, exactly. Don't you still need to be item level 660 to even go into Savage Criterion? No. If it's a full party, the item level... There's a hail around outside my window. Ignore the noise. If you are a full party, same with Savage, by the way. If you have a party of 8 people, the item level requirement falls off. Yeah, if you are a full party, a custom party, you all gathered, like a teaching party, some people can have a lower item level. Not recommended. We did have We had a situation back in Shadowbringers on Ramu, Savage, Fulmination. Super fun fight. We had this one fucking white guy who came in with lower, not even item level, lower level accessories. Because he had a lot of like BIS pieces, but he just like had like 7 levels below max level accessories, and he was like cocky, like, no, don't worry about it, I'm a Savage Raider, I'm almost clearing T, whatever the fuck. First raid white, just, you know, just legs and bones sticking out, just left, just smoking out like in a cartoon, just like immediately just delete it. Lower level on Ramu. Yeah, so it's like if you are a party, like pre-made party of 8, the item level restriction falls off. Obviously you need to be like, at least one of you, the person who queues you up needs to be at least high enough item level to have it unlocked. But yeah, if you're a pre-made party of 8, the item level doesn't apply. So same here. It's like if a pre-made party of 4 people queues up into Savage fucking, not even Savage, they're not even like gonna clear Criterion with that item level. They're fucked because this bozo is giving this advice. I understand that you can bypass the item level requirement, but isn't the average item level 660 for Savage crit? Unless I'm misremembering something. No, like the average is like 660. You can enter with 650, like you can enter with 640. Like people have world raced with 640 item level, right? That was like the crafting set, the pentamels, that was the beginning, right? 665 is like the maximum, which is just the weapon. 660 everything else. That is like the BIS. It's not average, it's just the BIS at this point. But people could clear it with 640. But those are, you know, world first racers. It's a math teacher trying to teach history class. I think that's the issue. I don't think he knows either history or math at this point. But yeah, it's like, this is like, he had good advice at the very beginning. If you cannot get Savage gear, get crafted, augmented crafted, get Alliance raid gear, get tombstone pieces that you can upgrade later, and at 4 or 5 minutes, this video should have been done. The other 10 minutes are just like very poor advice, like go for the chest piece, spend 2 weeks worth of tombstones for less stats than you could have gotten from a headpiece and, you know, feet, for example, or hands and feet, or accessory, and like, this is just... How does he do it? How does he just end up frustrating me every fucking time?
Well, you could possibly do Savage Criterion.
Chest piece first. Normally you go accessories. Yeah, exactly. My point exactly. You go accessories or feet or hands first because those give you the better stats. Specifically the sub stats, etc. It's just like, I don't know why. Get the most expensive first for no reason. If glamour is good, if glamour is worth it, sure, fucking go for it. Otherwise, this advice is stupid.
Without tackling Savage and still get the weapon if you want to, for glamour or anything like that. And that...
You heard that, casual players? If you want the glamour, just get your 653 fucking or 660 item level and go do Criterion. Go do Criterion Savage. To be fair, that is also what most casuals told me to do when I finally finished Endwalker. Grind for chest and legs first. Why? Why would you spend 4 weeks getting 2 pieces when you could get way more stats by getting 4 pieces if you include accessories? Why? You're not getting more stats out of it. You just get the most difficult and annoying pieces to get out of the way first. That's it. Like, you can substitute them with the crafted or the, you know, Alliance raid gear. Okay, let's say you want to upgrade it to 660. It's like, even at 660, it's not gonna compete with the other 660 pieces. I don't... And you can buy multiple in 1 week if my math isn't wrong. Your math is wrong.
Definitely...
Oh wait, no, you're talking about some accessories. You get one more melt slot, which is better than unaugmented Savage. Also true, yeah. But yeah, you could probably get... Yeah, it's like, however you look at it, just getting chest piece or leg pieces first is, like, if we're specific, because like for the last 10 minutes he's been talking about optimization. It is suboptimal. Way suboptimal.
Possible with even suboptimal and not best in slot gear, which is still what I consider casual best in slot gear, because you don't have to do any hard
There's no best in slot. You literally said you can get this, this, or this. There's no best in slot. You did not. There's no best in slot. There's like you can get best in slot out of crafted because people have theory crafted out of that. But you did not be with the difference in item level. You did not explain substat soft capping. People are just gonna be trying to get as much crit and determination because of this fucking video. So they're gonna soft cap on that, and they're just gonna lose out on like 1,500 stats because maybe my math is a bit off, but they're just gonna be losing out on stats because they're listening to this stupid advice. Like, holy fuck.
Content to get there. You don't even need to do extreme.
Like, literally tell them, go to balance, find the calculator in one of the threads for your job. Just add up the funny numbers. The calculators will usually tell you that you're a fucking idiot if you're stacking too much of the same stat.
Extreme trials, and yeah, if you still want to.
Optimal for casuals, maybe. Whatever. Yeah. This also doesn't take into account how much time you're spending on the game a day. If you're casual, you're probably not spending even 5 hours a day on the game. Maybe 5 hours a week if your work allows it. Yeah. Depending on the time, it's like, let's say there's gonna spend. I don't know how to fucking put it. Let's say they do an extreme per day and do the alliance raid. They're just gonna slowly get their fucking items, even when the shit unlocks. They're probably not even, like, if that's how they work, if that's what their timetable is, they probably they probably have other fucking problems in life than getting higher item level and optimizing and min-maxing suboptimal fucking gearing that this bozo is labeling as BIS. I feel like those people are not bothered about the highest item level right here and right now. The other casuals that have more free time, they can get everything done in 1 week. Literally, get some hunt trains, get some friends, join those hunt trains, socialize, make some friends, explore. So it's like, like, depending on your time, if you don't want to do savage content, that's fine. You can still get it done in a week, specifically in a casual way. If your hours don't allow you, specifically committing to every fucking hunt train, sure, just get the, tombstones, do an expert per day, you're gonna be capped within a couple of days. Do some roulette, get the coins, but those people are probably just not bothered about, waiting until the alliance raid is uncapped. Like, Etro have stat cap as well. Yeah, if you go to Etro, it will show you the stats that are capping if you're putting too much stat into one fucking spot. Eat for the week or min-max my item level. Of course you go for the item level. Typical.
Tackle criterion because that's a 4.
No, they are not. Most of my casual friends are in Eureka right now. Even Eureka is gonna be more fun than this shit.
Player format, you can do that. It's not a big deal. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope that helps somebody out, especially with the process of going to each NPC and checking out which is offering what and what you need to get to the.
He walked between like 3 NPCs in the same corridor. I hope this helps out, especially walking between the NPCs.
Next step of your upgrading process. Otherwise, of course, check out the videos in the description, and thank you so much for watching. I will keep you updated about this updating process, and as soon as I got my best in slot, I will definitely do some power tests.
You will not get best in slot because you don't do savage content. It's not best in slot, it's just the highest available gear to you. It's not best in slot. However you want to label it, it's just not best in slot. It's gotta be suboptimal in either way.
From the difference between, just...
Hell, like, casual shouldn't even worry about words like best in slot or BIS, right? They just want the highest item level and whatever looks prettiest. That's it. Optimizing that is like, you're either going for savage content or you're doing all the content that's synced. Let's say you want the highest item level, let's say for maps, okay? Reasonable, needs and wants. It's like, are you really optimizing for optimizing substats and material for maps? Are you really ready to soft cap your stats for maps?
Made dress on male veer is bis I don't make the rules.
Made dress on male veer is bis I don't make the rules. You heard that, yeah. If you want biz, get the made dress, especially if you're a male veer. Lamau, hey fellow casuals, don't forget to get your pterodon. It's easier. Yeah.
Starter gear or catch-up gear to the close best.
What is with him like mislabeling his fucking videos? What are you catching up to? The next content is Dawn Trail in summer. You're not catching up to anything. Yeah. There's nothing to catch up to.
Slot gear that you can get as casual and not as a Savage Raver. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep loving Final Fantasy.
Chad, am I an anger person? Like, at this point, I'm genuinely concerned. I feel like I watch videos. Some videos are really good, and I'm fine with them. But sometimes, every time Despairs releases a video, like last video I watched, it was fine. But somehow, every other video I watched, he manages to somehow make me very unreasonably angry. No, you have every right to be pissed, Lamau. Yeah, it's like... I don't know, whatever. That was a video, whatever, I guess. God damn, I need to walk for a bit. let me just chill for a bit. Let me take 5 minutes. I want to make some tea.